guys, it's Nikki, creator of Nikki's Homemade Crafts. Today I would like to teach you how to make this cute pumpkin trick or treat bag. It has an adorable feature of having the opening in the front where the mouth is. It has a mouth with teeth, a little blood drop, they're all in purple, has some eyes, the top is closed, it has cute little handles, they are holding tight on the stick that is safe to hold, and it's nice and soft as the yarn is wrapped around. And your little kids are just going to put their treats that they get on trick-or-treat day on Halloween and put it right in here where the mouth is. So the pumpkin is actually eating the treats. How cute is that? So if you want to know how to make this happen, go ahead and watch. Let's get started. You will need some worsted weighted yarn and an H-hook. So in order to get started, you're going to need a chain of 41. Then starting from the second chain from the hook, you're going to crochet one single crochet and then a single crochet that is linked. So it's called a linked single crochet. That loop right there, that's where you're going into. And then you're going into the next one and making a single crochet. If you don't know what a linked single crochet is, you should check out my detailed tutorial on my YouTube channel as well as my website. You're simply going through that last loop, just putting it on your hook, that's all, and then making a normal single crochet, but still having that hook, that loop on the hook. That links the single crochets together. You're just going to do that for every single stitch. Then you're going to chain one at the end of the row and you're going to turn. And you're going to keep on going until the next step. For the front side of the bag, you will crochet 14 rows of the linked single crochet, having 40 stitches in each row. And then we're going to try to create the mouth right here. So what I did is I just went 15 on row 15. That means 15 stitches on row 15. Then I turned and did a decrease. Just one decrease, and then normal linked single crochet. The next row is normal linked single crochet, then there's one decrease in the following row and normal linked single crochet, one row of normal linked single crochet, and so forth until I have 8 rows total. Now I'm going to show you how to replicate that on this side. It's exactly the same thing, just mirrored, okay? That's all there is. So you're going to have a gap right here, which is 10 stitches, and then you're going to insert your your yarn again with your hook, and then you're going to crochet further. So now we did right here a decrease, so we need to here start with a decrease. So I inserted my yarn and did a chain, and now I'm going to do a decrease. The decrease is a normal single crochet decrease. So I'm pulling up a loop on the second stitch right here, and then just putting them together. In this case, it actually does look like a linked single crochet. And now I'm just going to do normal linked single crochets. So the entire row now has normal linked single crochets, and at the end of the row we're going to chain one and turn, and then we'll do a normal row of linked single crochet. No decreases, no increases, just as you have previously done. Okay, so we reached the end, chain 1 and turn. I weaved in my end here at the same time. So 1 normal single crochet and then a linked single crochet for the following ones until the end of the row. Chain 1 and turn. Now you're doing a decrease again, and then normal linked single crochets. Okay, so now that we did 8 additional rows on each side that have some increases towards the middle right here, we're now going to connect the 2 pieces again. So we have left 11 stitches on each side, and the total needs to be 40. So that means there's 18 stitches missing in between right here. So we're now going to chain 18, and then we're going to connect back over here. Then we're going to go further and further until we have a total of 33 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Good. So now we're going to connect it back over here by simply starting to do a single crochet and then linked single crochets. So at the end of the row, I'm going to chain 1 and turn. Now I like to weave in this at the same time, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to hold it kind of up there, so I'm weaving it partially in while I'm crocheting. So single crochet and then linked single crochets. And then once we hit the chains, we're just going to go and do linked single crochets over them, just as if there would be stitches. Drop this. Okay. So you can try to go through both of them if you can. I sometimes can't, so I'm just going to go through one of them. One chain, one loop of the chain. Oops. And then you're just going to go and do the normal linked single crochet on the other side. So now that we hit the end, we're just going to turn. We have the mouth ready. So now you're just going to continue on the rows until you have in total 33 rows. And I'll meet you right back here in a second. So now that you've finished the front of the bag, we're now going to crochet the mouth all the way around it with this purple yarn. You are still going to do linked single crochet. So I attached my yarn here, chain of 1 and a single crochet, and now we're going to do linked single crochet all the way around. So you are creating the lips in a purple color. Once you reach the end of this straight row right here, you're going to go and do linked single crochet one stitch per row. That means on the side here you have multiple rows, you're going to do 1 stitch per row. So you kind of tilt it a little bit and you can see where your rows are, and then that's where you're going to put your stitch in. So you can see here, this is 1 row, this is 1 row, here, here, here. You can kind of see them that they're a little bit separated. So it's not that hard to see where to go into. I'm weaving in my end here at the same time. Using linked single crochet prevents the gaps in between and makes this a little bit more smoother. Once you reach the top over here, you're just going to go into each stitch. Missed one. Once you reach the end, you're just gonna slip stitch to connect them. Then you created your mouth right here. And now we just have to add the eyes and the teeth, which is going to be here 1 and here 2 over here. We're going to just add the teeth, 1 here and 2 over here. And then we'll put a little droplet of blood that is in the purple color. So let's do that right now. So in order to crochet a tooth, you are going to chain 6. And now we're going to do one single crochet and then linked single crochet, just like we did before. I like to go in a back bump, so 1 single crochet and then linked single crochets. So there should be 5 stitches in total at the end. This might be a little bit tricky to see as this is a darker yarn. Let me see if I can zoom just slightly in. But you're doing the linked single crochet just like you did all the other pieces before. So we're now going to decrease. The first stitch is a decrease, then we're doing a normal linked single crochet, and now we're doing a linked single crochet decrease. So we're just going to link this in here just like we normally do, and then I'm going to do a decrease for the next 2 stitches. So you have 4 chains on your hook. And now we're going to do all 3 of them as a decrease, so like a triple decrease. And then you fasten off, and there's your tooth. So you need to do 3 of these. So let me cut this. You weave in your end right here. Make sure it's still kind of pointy, so don't pull too tight. And now you're going to sew your tooth to your bag. You do that for all 3 of them. So let me show you. I have one of them already here. I'm going to do 1 here and 1 here. So you simply hold it like this. You could have started instead of making a chain and crocheting it right onto it, but I felt like it's going to be tighter and more sturdy if I do it in a sewing version. So I'm just going to whip stitch this on here. You can use mattress stitch, whatever you prefer. I'm just going to whip stitch this on here like that. And now you weave in your end for that and make 1 more tooth. And then we're going to do that little droplet of blood as well as the mouth. Okay, so let's make the blood droplet, which is very easy. Simply make a magic ring. Now you're gonna chain 1 and crochet 8 single crochets into the center. Then you pull your string tight, you slip stitch to the first. Now into the next one you're going to do a half double crochet, then a triple crochet, a half double crochet into the next. This might look a little tight, but we are trying to make a point, and then another slip stitch. Once you're done with that, you're gonna fasten it off, and then you're going to weave in one of the ends, the back one, and then you sew it on to the piece. You're actually going to make the eyes the exact same way, but in a black yarn right here. So I'm going to do just that, and then I'll be back sewing this all together and putting the handles on. So in order to crochet the eyes, I'm going to show you how to do it, although it's going to be very hard to see as it's black, but I'll try to moderate it as much as possible so you can see it. Alright, so we're starting with a magic ring, and you're going to crochet 1 chain and then 8 single crochets into the ring. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once you have 8, you close the hole. You're going to slip stitch to the first stitch, chain 1, and now crochet 2 single crochets in each stitch all the way around. You're going to have then 16 stitches. Now you're going to slip stitch to the first stitch again of this specific round, and now you're going to slip stitch to the next stitch. Now a half double crochet into the next stitch, a triple crochet into the following. This might look a little tight again, but that's alright. We're just trying to make a pointy area. A half double crochet into the following, and a slip stitch into the following. Now you're going to cut your yarn, you're going to weave in the back and then use the long one right here to sew the eyes on. Once I finish sewing them on, I'll be back to finish up the bag. So now that we have the front and the back finished, we're now going to whip stitch the front and the back together. Make sure you do it nice and tight so that it doesn't fall apart or you're not losing candy when you finished making your bag. So all we have to do at the end is add the handles. So in order to make the handle, you are first going to take 7 sticks that look like this. So you can buy them at any craft store. And I just wrapped some black yarn around it just so it's comfortable at your hands when you're holding it. And then the handle actually is an extension of the arms for the monster right here. And so all you do is you make this long strip and you fold it over and sew it on 3 sides right here, and then we're going to put some black yarn on it so it looks like fingers that are holding tight right there. So we just need to do the other side right here and put it all together. So let me put that on the side. Alright, so you have a chain of 9 that you're going to need, And now we're going to start on the second chain from the hook. We're going to place first a single crochet, and then all the other ones again are linked single crochets, just like we previously did. Once you reach the end, you turn. So let me kind of zoom in a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. Okay. So usually I do a chain of 1 right here, but because I want the piece to have a smooth edge right here, I'm going to skip that chain of 1, and we're just going to go straight into the first chain. Make sure though that this loop right here, the very last one, is a little longer, so it's not going to be super tight later on when you go back in it. So again, the first one is a single crochet, and then all the other ones are going to be linked single crochets. So you're going to keep on going with this until you have 32 rows in total. And once I reach 32 rows, I will meet you right back here. Okay, so now that you did your long piece of 32 rows, I simply added my black lines or black yarn to it in order to create these fingered like paws. And I just pretty much tied it up in the back because you won't see that part anyways because it's going to be sewn in. So just have to remember when you sew your yarn, you're going to go underneath so you won't have to see this part. Okay, so this is how you do it. You kind of wrap it around here, very easy, just to make sure it looks about the same as this. So you kind of have to look how it's going to be. I'm going to make sure it's the same. Okay, so that's about the same. So I'm going to move it over just a hint. So it's about equal. Let me zoom out so you can see a little bit better what I'm doing. Okay. Alright, so now all I'm going to do is take my yarn. I'm going to tilt it to the side so it's easier for me. And hold it like this, and now just a whip stitch all the way around the 3 sides. Okay, so when I say 3 sides, I'm talking about this side, and this side. Actually, for me, it's easier than to use one, so I'm going to go this side, and then I'm going to weave it through to the other side, and then work my way back to this point right here. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So now that we're over here, you're just gonna finish this up. Make a knot. I usually do 2 just to make sure. Make small ones. And then I'm just gonna weave my ends in. Like so. That should be good. So I made it tight so this won't slip back and forth, so it's actually more sturdy. Considering it's little children that are using it, you want to make sure it's sturdy enough. And of course you can put, which I'm going to probably do in the end, put some hot glue right here so it's going to be soft rather than hard, so kids don't hurt each other with this. And then I'm going to use my yarn that I have left over because I realized this is actually a little short that I made. I'm just going to use this one right here to sew this one on. So again, I'm just going to use, actually going to tie these together and then weave them in after. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to whip stitch this one together, make it tight, nice and tight, because I don't want it to pull too much, especially once the candy is in. It'll pull a little bit, but since it's a small bag, it won't pull that much. So I'm kind of weaving this in at the same time, so I actually don't have to weave it in later on. Okay, let me cut this yarn here. Oops. And then just fasten off. And weave in your end. And then you are done with your bag. It is super cute. Let me kind of show you. And it's holding tight right there. So adorable. And then of course here's where you put the candy in, and it's super cute. Alright, I hope this video was helpful. Please give it a thumbs up, like, comment, and share this video, and I'll see you next time. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.